Tallahassee got the best of me this weekend, but my producers told me, Ty, we need you. Program needs you. But most importantly, Sydney Sweeney needs you, bud. You got to get up and do it. And I couldn't let her down. And, well, at least I couldn't until I watched her SNL sketch and found out she was engaged. And then I was heartbroken. And, I had to pick myself up by the bootstraps and just trudge my way into the office for another great show. So stay tuned, because that show is going to be great, and it's starting right after this little intro we put together, I guess.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated chance, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
And we are back, and as promised on last week's show, we are covering the NFL Combine on the Combine. And with me to talk about this is the second best host of Nighttime, Patrick Previty, and longtime Combine guest. I was combining guest and host, I guess. Jared Fox. Woo. Look at it, gentlemen. How do we feel? How was the Combine?
Combine was fun. I didn't go, and I did not compete in the Combine, but it looked fun.
Well, we're on Combine. That's kind of what I was eliciting.
Yes. Oh, maybe that's what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's going okay now, actually. I would say it's doing good.
I actually think it's way better than that. I mean, listen, skies out, thighs out today, baby.
Yeah, you're breaking all the rules.
Listen,
In a jersey
we're peeking. We're doing a little sneak peek for segment 2, all right?
I would
little sneak peek.
I don't know what you're going on about, but we're cutting there. We're moving on to the NFL Combine. It just recently happened this past weekend. Absolutely huge. And I let me tell you something. I live for the NFL Combine. Like, I wake up bright and early, sit down on that couch, turn on the TV, and do nothing. I just watch it, and I get excited for nothing. But there were a lot of big moments. But before we talk about the big moments that happened this year, we want to dive back and look at some of the big moments that have happened in years past. A few of them you'll get to see on screen. A few of them Pat Previty's real excited to talk about. But starting off, I believe it's yours, Pat Previty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but DK Metcalf had a clinic.
Yeah, DK Metcalf's Combine made him some money. It was actually one of the best combines that we had seen from wide receiver in recent memory, and just in general, he just performed extremely well. I believe he had, 20-something reps, maybe like 23?
27
on the bench press. Ran in the 4.3s.
Yeah, 4.3.
Just had a great broad jump and vertical, and then he just was off the charts in his measurables as well, like height and weight. I remember going into that draft, it was him and A.J. Brown, the two guys in Ole Miss who just did not play the full season. They only played, I believe, 6 games that year. And so there was a lot of question marks about whether or not this Combine performance was going to translate to actual NFL production. And obviously it has, but I remember just seeing his draft stock rise, calling his mom at the end of the Combine, just awesome. Saying he made her some money. He could solidify his draft stock because it was obviously since the lack of production in his senior year. He could have got drafted way later, like in the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah.
So he was. So that was just a great story. I remember thinking back to that and being like, oh, that's kind of what this Combine can do for you. It can break a lot of players, in a sense that their draft stock can fall, but it can really make you as well.
And on the other side of that token, on draft day, he had that moment where he got the call, and that's one of the most famous moments of draft day. Getting that video of him getting the call. So awesome. But a receiver a similar build who y'all won't see at home, but Calvin Johnson, we were just talking about this Megatron beforehand. You were mentioning that in his Combine day, he walked in not wanting to participate in the 40-yard dash time. And then he said, hold my beverage of choice, and threw on somebody else's cleats and ran a 4.35.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
And he didn't have much to gain from it either because he was already solidified
so
second pick. Jamarcus Russell. Throwback was going to be the number 1 overall pick, so he didn't have much to gain, but he just wanted to compete.
Yeah, and the other player we're going to be talking about right now, Jared Fox. I'm going to throw it to you, Mr. Byron Jones and his Hobbs. Judy Hobbs out here.
Oh, yeah. Freak show.
Big
I mean,
Zootopia fan.
big Zootopia fan, big
You love
Disney guy.
Zootopia. You're a big
I've
Zootopia
never
guy.
seen Zootopia, actually.
You've never seen
I've
Zootopia?
never seen it. Isn't that crazy?
Judy Hobbs.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Come on, man.
But Byron Jones, I guess, is Judy Hobbs, I guess. Because, I mean, the guy, for the broad jump, for those that don't know what the broad jump is, it's basically you stand in one place and you jump as far as you can.
You jump.
What an
broadly.
explanation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Jared.
some people don't know what it is. Some people don't know this, but look at this. The guy did 12 feet and 3 inches, baby. That's 2 Pat Previties lying down. I mean, are you kidding me? This guy's just an absolute freak. I mean, what Judy Hops, I guess, is his new nickname that I'll
that's what we're
start calling him.
Byron Jones is Judy Hobbs, confirmed. Trademark. Mason Myers, write that down.
The guy could jump over our whole studio.
Yeah,
Just
our whole studio.
with one leap. Yeah, whole thing. Whole
think so?
building. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
You
easy.
get that high?
Oh, yeah.
Like way over?
All the way over, and he wouldn't even touch the top. He would just go straight over.
Completely clear it?
Yeah, cleared it
I don't know about that one. That's a little crazy, but
easily.
I mean, I can't put it past him. He's pretty much Black Superman.
I'll give you a minute to mention Chris Jones in a little bit, but Saquon put on a clinic, and I want to talk about that. A couple years back, Saquon came in, measured in at 6'3", 233 pounds, right? So big, stocky power
He's
back.
6'3"?
6 foot, 233
Oh,
pounds.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But he ran a 4.4 40-yard dash, a 1.54 10-yard split, 41-inch vertical, and 29 reps on the bench. Phenomenal combine play from Saquon Barkley, and it earned him his spot with the Giants. I guess you could say it earned it. Like
Yeah.
I really wish he went somewhere else, but hopefully we'll see that this free agency coming up. But he had a great combine, absolutely terrific performance. Before we dive into this year's combine, you got a little Chris Jones moment you want to mention?
Oh, shoot, man. You're just leaving it up on a silver platter.
You want to talk about Chris Jones?
Well, Chris Jones had a very infamous moment in the combine. He ran it with 3 legs, I suppose one might say. Also, I believe.
What does that mean?
I believe also Kevin Kmetz
all right.
mentioned that he was the only player to get a
We
sack
gotta
in
move
the
forward.
40-yard dash.
We need more. If we have more time, we could dive more into this. So actually, that's probably a bad idea. But this year, 2024 Combine was very, very big in a number of reasons. And starting off, we have Xavier Worthy to talk about, star of this class as of the Combine.
Absolutely. Xavier Worthy ran a 4.25 for his first run in the 40-yard dash this year, but then he decided to not stop, and he ran a second time. Kind of a risky play, but like we've said, kept with the theme here. He decided to compete, and he ran a 4.21 official time, breaking the record, breaking John Ross's record. Thank God, because every time you watch that,
you see him trip up.
Yeah, you see him trip up. He gets kind of hurt, I believe, pulls a little something. But overall, he had actually a really good combine just in general too. He had a 10-11 broad jump, 41-inch vertical, and his measurables weren't too fudged from his Texas days. I believe Texas had him at 6'1", 172. He ended up being 5'11", 165, so a little bit smaller, but not like too bad. Because I remember we've had some fast 40 times in the previous years where the guys are like 5'8", 160, or something like that. They're very small.
The speed 100% makes up for it, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
a player that we had mocked to the Steelers a little bit ago, Jared Fox says we in quotations. Jared Fox says he's not too big of a fan of this one, but Amarius Mims.
Okay, I like Amarius Mims, but I think we need somebody else. But nevertheless, Amarius Mims had an amazing combine. The guy is 6'8", 340 pounds, and he ran a 5.07 40-yard dash, and the 4.33 for his 20-yard shuttle is the same as Joe Mixon ran. Cincinnati Bengals running back Joe Mixon ran the same exact shuttle time as a guy that's 6'8", 340 pounds. Like,
he's moving quick.
It's incredible.
Incredible prospect. I'm going to run through Dallas Turner, and apologies, producers. I'm going to cut in about a minute of segment 2 because I do want to get to this last thing. I'm really excited about that. But Dallas Turner, real quick, he was measured in at 6'3", 247 pounds. He ran a 4.46 40-yard dash, a 1.54 10-second split, 40.5-inch vertical, and a 10'7" broad jump. Very, very quick, very speedy. He's supposedly the talk of the town at edge rusher. Supposed to be the #1 off the board. Arguments about Latu and Verse, but he's the #1 guy right now. Great combine performance. But lastly, apologies again, I'm going to cut into segment 2 by about a minute. But we had the question, how well would Ty Patton perform at the Combine? And I asked my guests, how would I perform? And so the 40-yard dash, what did y'all say I would run?
You want to go first?
Oh, I started with a 4.9. I wanted to give you under 5. I thought that you could possibly be moving. I thought you could control your weight well, so I think you could get out. As long as you had a good start, I think you could get right under 5.
Hey, if you took those Walmart Pop-Tarts, those tastiest treats in the world, put them at the end of the finish line, I'm getting there in 3.9.
That's my argument. So,
oh my God!
Not for
Jared
Pop-Tarts
Fox.
though. Not for Pop-Tarts though. I had him running. If you're a fan of angel numbers, I had Ty Patton running a 4.44. And that's because I thought that he would be chasing after Sidney Sweeney.
That's very fair. But
okay.
I'm gonna cut out the vertical from this. But real quick, bench press. What was your number?
I said 3 reps.
What'd you say?
I think you're repping 40, baby.
Oh
I got
my
you going
God.
40.
I'm getting somewhere in the middle. But
I'm telling you.
gentlemen, thank you for coming on and talking the Combine. It was an excellent Combine. You go look at all the numbers; they're all online already. Combine is over, but don't go anywhere. We're gonna be talking a little bit on the complete opposite spectrum of sports, right on the other side of this break. Why are you here?
I don't really understand why I'm here. I got called a delusional fan. I just don't understand why I'm delusional if I think Kirk Cousins had the best mustache in the league.
Well, Jack, buddy, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but I don't think anybody looks cool in handlebars.
But they're back, man. They're back.
They're not. They're not. Sometimes you just got to face the hard truth. It's right there in front of you. All these people, they're calling you delusional, but sometimes you got to worry about, am I projecting? Is it me? And in this
Let me
case,
tell you something, bud. It could never be me. Anything I say is factual and truth, and that's why the Vikings are going 16-1 this year.
organization, you have to look at your roster and say, I've had Kirk O'Thuggins for 6 years. Maybe it's time to move on.
There is no moving on from Kirk Thuggins and Justin Jefferson.
Do you think that maybe this all started just because of a little disappointment?
Nothing has started. This is how I live, and I am not delusional. I'm a prophet.
We are back, and this time I also have our friendly neighborhood ghost, apparently, as I call him, Jared Fox. And with him is someone who will be doing a bit of glazing in segment 3 on a certain NBA player of very high magnitude, Andrew Montana, former producer and host of the Combine.
That's true.
So, gentlemen, today I'll ask you how you are in segment 3, Andrew Montana. We'll figure that out later.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So, over the past weekend, we've been watching the Cognizant Classic.
Who is we? We're not speaking French. That's all you. That is all you.
Oui.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the Cognizant Classic?
Did you watch it?
Of Palm Beach?
Yes.
The Cognizant
course.
Classic
Oh
of
my
Palm
God,
Beach?
please.
You didn't watch it?
Well, I watched, some of it because
I
it
had
was
on
delayed.
simulcast. I had on the Combine on this TV, Cognizant Classic on the other, and the whole time I'm going, what do I watch? It's a real tricky situation I put myself in.
Real tricky, huh?
Real tricky, icky. So, Cognizant Classic, in fact, is not over as of yet. We did have some weather delays yesterday. It pushed it into today. They're going to be playing. But it's been rather interesting compared to what everyone thought was going to happen. So to dive right in, we're just going to be mentioning our most surprising golfer, our biggest letdowns, and then the ones we think that are going to be more or less underdogs at the end of the day coming into the final stretch of this. And we're going to start off with most surprising golfer. I'm going to flip it to Jared first, actually, Mr. Eric Van Rooyen.
Dude, Eric Van Rooyen, he came back from he had a crazy comeback. He was 36th and then was just absolutely hitting it. I mean, absolutely hitting it, baby. Now he's number 2 and he could be ranked first. We'll see what happens today, but I don't think he can really get there, but we'll see. I think they have 2 holes left today, 2 or 3. So.
It depends on where you were. I know
Yeah.
certain players have 10 holes left. Certain ones have 2.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So certain players are going to be higher up than others just because of how far they were in their play. But Rooyen had 8 bogeys, 2 double bogeys, man.
Hey,
That's not good golf.
Hey, it's not good golf, but he's
That's
still sitting at
average-
number 2.
That's average Ty Patton play on Twin
Brother,
Rivers
he's
Golf Course
he's
in
still
Orlando.
sitting at
Sponsor
number
us.
2.
I'm going to be talking about a Mr. Austin Eckroat at -15, first in the tournament at the moment.
Running back.
You said what?
The running back.
Not Eckler. Eckroat. That's what I say. You're putting words in
No,
my
see,
mouth,
now you're
Andrew.
combining the
No.
classic and the combine.
Oh, Austin
You were
Eckler
going like
playing golf?
bouncing back and forth. You were just blending it the whole time. You didn't even know.
What golf company would sponsor Austin Eckler?
SoFi.
Titleist. I don't know any.
Okay. I got it. But Eckroat's had 20 birdies, 5 eagles through this entire thing. He's played phenomenally. First in the tournament at
hitting
the
it.
moment. But the reason I have him surprising, he has 0 professional wins since he started.
Really?
I don't think he's ever even finished top 10. He is ranked
Really?
101st by the official world golf ranking, and he's sitting first in this tournament right now over my biggest letdown, which we'll get into a little bit. But Andrew, you want to touch on your most surprising golfer? real
Yeah,
quick?
I'm going to be looking at Nico Echevarria. He's actually from Medellin, Colombia. Shout out.
Represent.
That's what I'm saying. He is currently ranked at 87th, or I guess like he was at the beginning of the tournament rather.
Yeah.
Now he sits tied for 6th place. I just found this stat somewhere, but he's 17th in yards per drive at 313, which I mean, pretty good. Doesn't matter if you get in the green, but you know that always helps. 2 eagles, you mentioned that earlier for your guy. Only 1 hit and double bogey or worse.
Yeah.
I think he's putting up decent numbers. He's doing well. I do think he's a little bit out of that kind of like contention zone, however. But he
Yeah.
has made like over $250,000 in
Yeah.
earnings in the Classic. So, I mean, good for him.
You make a lot of money playing golf. I need to get
Oh,
into
yeah.
this business.
Oh, yeah.
Someone. But speaking of people out of contention zone, we're moving into our biggest letdowns of this tournament. And mine is going to be a name that's kind of struck me as strange for being as low as he was. Rory McIlroy at -10. He's sitting, he's ranked 2nd in the world by the official golf world ranking. But in the tournament, he's tied for 16th.
Yeah.
Like, he's incredibly low. 5 bogeys, 1 triple bogey, which is atrocious play for a golfer of his caliber. But he's got 24 career pro wins, and he's outside the top 10 in a tournament of players that you wouldn't expect to be as high as they are. Like, it's just it's a big letdown, in my opinion. If you're a Rory McIlroy fan, the 4 of them that are out there, you know. But moving forward, Jared, you got Chris Kirk. He won the tournament last year, right?
Yeah, he won the tournament last year, and right now he's sitting at around, I think he's tied. He might also be tied for 16th.
28th.
Or he's tied for 28th now.
28th.
He
He's
fell.
barely in
sorry,
contention
Jared.
right
This guy, so don't be
Most
sorry to me.
disappointing.
Listen, if Rory McIlroy has 4 fans, Chris Kirk has 1 fan, and that fan is throwing tomatoes at his TV right now. Because listen, this guy, he started out so hot and then just bogey after bogey after bogey, and I'm just like, come on, Chris Kirk. And it's not like Christian Kirk, who we were talking about beforehand, you know, NFL guy. We're just comparing golfers to NFL players at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chris Kirk is just a disappointment. He's disappointing this year. Last year, I mean, you won the whole thing.
Exactly.
He won the whole thing, and now he's
kind of
just-
garbage right
yeah.
now. He's not playing too hot. But Andrew, you want to touch real quick on yours?
Yeah, so in case you guys haven't already noticed, Colombian descent, and if you guys have tuned into any World Cup, men's or women's for us, 2 good things can happen in a row. My most disappointing golfer is also going to be Colombian, Camilo Villegas. He actually sat at plus 25,000 odds. I looked it up on the Bets Boy, I'm so sorry, which was 92nd in the tournament at the beginning, and he currently sits tied for 2nd worst, 67th with I forgot who it was, but it was like a Korean guy. I don't know. But yeah, he's doing really bad. He had a double bogey and a triple bogey, I think, in the same round.
Yeah.
He picked it up in round 3, however, so that's, you know, looking bright, but I think it's about wraps.
And for these last ones, these are going to be our underdogs. We're going to speed run this a little bit. I'm going to really quick go over mine. I have Kevin Yu sitting at -11. Right now he's tied for 8th in the tournament. 0 career pro wins, 2 top 10 places in other tournaments, but he still has 10 holes left to play. And he's sitting tied
there
for
you
8th,
go.
so he's got some time he could make up for it. But Jared Fox, you have Eric Van Rooyen.
I got him
once
back
more.
up here again,
Yeah.
baby. I mean, listen, he was the most surprising, and he's the biggest underdog in my
Yeah.
opinion. So
Hey,
we'll see what he does.
That's very fair. I completely believe it. And the stats are going to be earlier in the video if you want to go back and look. But I don't think anyone's going to care what Jared Fox has to say.
Oh, I'm not
Andrew
logged in on
Montana.
golf. Oh,
What do you
no.
got, Andrew Montana?
I'm still going to represent. I'm taking Andrew Novak out of Raleigh, North Carolina. He currently
baby.
sits at like 62nd, I believe. He has 10 under par. That's his current score, which isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Just short of $500,000 in earnings as well. So
Jeez
yeah.
Louise, I got to get in this
He's
business.
putting up
How
good
much
numbers, but
Starbucks
there's
can
just
I
so
buy
many
you?
people doing well right now. Like it's going to be hard hard to compete.
Buy me a lot of peppermint mochas, baby. You know the drill. But
Especially in
anyways,
Christmas time.
that's all the time we're gonna have for this segment. Moving forward, Andrew's got on his Dunkin' Donuts apron where he's getting ready to do some glazing after this. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back talking LeBron with his stats.
Hello, my name is Tyler Brownrigg. I hope you're enjoying watching whatever show it is that's playing right now here on Hitting the Field Network. And if you're interested in more of our shows or want to know more about the one you're currently watching, don't worry, I'm here to tell you. Our week starts off on Mondays with HTF Bets, hosted by the Bets Boys, Andrew Montana, Ezra Hines, and Giovanni St. Cyrin. You can catch that show live Mondays at noon for all things betting in sports. I highly recommend it. And then you can follow it off on Tuesday with The Combine, hosted by the illustrious Ty Patton. If you're in for a more laid-back, kind of podcast-style show, a lot more casual, that is definitely the show for you. Maybe you'll catch some Ty Squared action with me on there. Wednesdays every week, you'll be able to catch the vlog, learn about what's going on behind the scenes here in the studio at Hitting the Field, get to know more about us, especially the people behind the camera, who they are, and what we do to make these shows every week. And on Thursdays, live at noon, you can watch the main show with me as your host every Thursday, where we'll be covering all of the major storylines for any sport, be it football, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it, we'll be talking about it on the main show. And then Friday, you can watch Nighttime with your hosts, Matty Glass and Patrick Previty, for all things college sports, especially with a focus on UCF sports and maybe the ones you haven't heard about so often, like tennis or women's track and field. It can be anything college on Nighttime. And if you're interested in joining Hitting the Field and you're a UCF student, DM us on any of our social medias at Hitting the Field, and also give us a follow on all those and subscribe to this channel if you want to catch more of our content. But enjoy the rest of your show. As always, I'm Tyler Brownrigg, and I'll be seeing you on main show.
Kind of man, so big and so strong. Are we back?
Kyle Kuzma was 38 points away.
We're back. I didn't even know we were back, but we're back. And ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about LeBron and his stats. And going into this, we have to start with points. LeBron just broke the 40,000 bar that has been set, and he now has 40,015 points. Oh, 17? I apologize. Yeah. 40,017 points.
It depends on your source, I guess.
Oh, my sweet prince. And more importantly, your sweet prince.
My sweet king.
So, my
Ookie Pookie bear.
So
I'm not laughing.
It says 40,015 points.
Here it says 40,017 points.
You're looking at the wrong stat.
I'm looking at ESPN.com.
Wow. Not Walter Football? Like
Tell Mason to get a new damn source. Points. I love this graphic.
This is a great graphic.
Oh, let me move out of the way for
Nick Cohen Cook, we got to give him a thank you. But 40,017 points. How did he acquire so many points?
Well, he put a lot of basketballs in the bucket. He's turning red like the movie. No, but
that's a lot of balls to put in buckets.
That's what I'm saying. But looking at the stats, he's made 14,670 attempts in 29,000 attempts, more or less. So 14 out of 29, a little short of 50%, which is more or less a splits.
Yeah.
If you guys know, he's averaged around 27, 7 to 7 throughout the entirety of his career, including this latter stretch of his what did we say, like 21 year career now?
21 years in the league.
Yeah, 21 years, 20 seasons. So because like 03, 04, whatever. But yeah, no, he's gotten to a point where now, having passed Kareem a little bit over a year ago, every time he puts the ball in the basket, it's a new record. It's a new milestone for the next guy up to have to push a little bit harder to have to extend his career. I don't know, a couple games, a couple months, whatever, if he does want to pass it.
And so obviously this is your favorite player, as you said. What is it, Spooky Cuckoo Bear? What did you say?
Ookie Pookie Bear.
Ookie Pookie Bear.
Yeah, it's not that
difficult. Was the reason you grew to love LeBron so much, was it the points? Was that what it was? Was it the high scoring ability that he had, or was it the championship?
Not really. It was mostly the dominance, because here's my thing. growing up, like in summer camp, I don't know why I got a lot of Kyrie Irving comparisons. I don't play like him at all, but I grew up to like Kyrie. So in 2018, I was in fact rooting for the Celtics for Kyrie. So if you remember 2018, that Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron James comes out with that like the brand new logo on the like the new jerseys for that 2018 season, and it's just LeBron versus the world. He eventually makes it to the finals, but that game 7 of the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals, when he's going downhill on the fast break, I think it was Marcus Morris grabs him by the shoulder, and then LeBron tosses up a layup. Jaylen Brown kind of smacks it off the backboard, and then it still goes in for the N1. That's when I was like, no, this like, I gotta hop on the bandwagon.
The Le bandwagon.
The Le bandwagon.
The
yeah.
Le bandwagon.
So it's been 6 years in the making, me and LeBron.
Yeah, and speaking of people that have jumped on the Le bandwagon, you know, I have a feeling it happened after 2013 when he won his 4th Le MVP. He won in 2009, 2010 with Cleveland Cavaliers during his first stint there, and then he won in 2012 and 2013 with the Miami Heat, who are my boys that I love so much. Thank you, LeBron, for your Le time with Le Heat.
How do you feel about like the Heat fans? Because I know there's kind of like that discrepancy within Heat fans that like some of them like love him, some of them hate him. Because I know there's also like the Heat fans.
Well, so the thing was, I never got super hooked on the LeBron phase in Miami. Like my first real inclination to be a Heat fan was Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Like Ray
was
Allen
it the shot?
was so awesome with Le Shot. Well, technically he had Le Shot. LeBron was training him, I guess, on that little 3.
But like you became a Ray Allen fan when he hit the shot, or like
not when he hit
that?
the shot, just when I started seeing him play.
Gotcha.
It was awesome. Dwayne Wade was always awesome. I have a Dwayne Wade jersey sitting at my house that I keep, you know, in a, what do you call it, a little container.
A little glass thing.
A little glass thing. I love that jersey. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, all the guys. LeBron too, I guess.
Mario Chalmers.
But that whole team back in the day was so awesome.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
That's what got me into it. So I haven't really been attached to the hip to LeBron, like a lot of Heat fans would say that they are.
No,
I
most of the
understand
Heat fans that I know like are like, oh, like thanks LeBron for the win, but like Giovanni, Cameron, Michael, I'll call all of them out.
Whoa.
No. It's not like that. It's not like that.
But so we talked Le rings, we talked Le MVPs, and we talked Le points. But let's get into the finer details. Let's get into the Le assists. We have the number up here. 10,847 Le assists through his career. I don't know if it's Le assists or Le assist, but I feel like
I think Le assist sounds
I feel like Le assist rolls off the tongue so nice.
Yeah, it does.
But all these assists, he is a team player, you could say, you know, with all those points. That's a lot of assists. That's a lot of points accounted for that aren't technically his. You know?
Yeah, I think I saw this graphic on, I guess, X, but a while ago that was every, I guess, star player's kind of points responsible for, or PRF. I think that's the most kind of legitimate aspect of an offensive player that you could look at. I think third was Jordan. Surprisingly, second was John Stockton. All those damn assists, bro, they add up. It's like, you want to say like 12,000 points throughout John Stockton's career, 30,000 like points responsible for through assists. You combine that, that's like 45K.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was some crazy number. And then it was like them two, and then LeBron's just like all the way up top. I think
the way at the
it's
top.
crazy. He's
The
also
gap is massive.
Exactly. He's also the only member of the 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds now, and then 11,000 rebounds and then 10,000 assist club. So I think if anybody does catch up to the 40K point mark, it's going to be even more difficult to do so with the other two, like, taken into account.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of what you would call that. It's not a triple double.
It's like it's like a
there,
triple quintuple. I
Yeah.
don't know. They gave it a name.
first person
online.
the triple quintuple.
Yeah, and apparently
like benchmark there.
Apparently, you would also have to. Shoot, I forgot the statistic, but one other thing also, his 10-point or his double-digit scoring record, it's been going on for 1,205 games as of what was it, 2 nights ago? 12:05. That's my birthday. Boom, there you go, full circle.
But in that last little bit of the triple quintuple, the low rebounds, we got it right here, 11,046 low rebounds through his time as an NBA player. But as we close out this segment, Andrew Montana, this is your sweet king. This is your saving grace of basketball on the screen right here. This half god, half demon, I guess you could call him. You know, on the
he's
court.
just a kid from Akron.
So
he's more than an athlete.
What do you want to say to the legend LeBron James? What do you want to say to the legend?
Look in your DMs, please. I've been trying to text you for a couple months now, and you just don't respond, my guy. Please. Please, just wanted to go out to dinner, bro. We should have a date night with LeBron.
Oh, let's do a double date. I'll get.
Oh yeah, you'll get
Sweeney.
Sydney. I'll get LeBron.
It's never gonna happen. We're delusional.
You're delusional. I'll get LeBron.
What do you mean?
Check your DMs, bro. Please.
The moral of the story, the
Lamoral.
the moral of the story, the music behind the madness, I guess you could call it. Sydney Sweeney, LeBron, please check your DMs, please, for the love of God. Anyways, this has been another fantastic episode of the Combine. You know, very great episode of the Combine. Very happy you stuck around to watch it. But you know, we'll be back next week with some wacky, fun, goofy segments again, like we usually are. Thank you, Mason Myers, for producing. You've done a great job. That's all, folks. See you later.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the